Day 11.
Captain's log. So day 3 now. Day 3 of parks. Day
3 or 4.
Day 3 of parks, day 4 of travel.
Yeah.
Today was our Epcot day.
It was the Epcot day.
Yeah, and with this, I've officially seen every single Disney park in North America. So that was fun. How did we start today, Bernardo?
We went to... no, I mean, I guess we took the Skyliner directly to France.
We have to do that every
in
time.
Epcot. Because we actually have it right here. So it's very easy. It's a one direct, one not so direct because it has a bit of a station.
As direct as a Skyliner will get.
Yeah. But yeah, we got there. And it was very early and it was very empty. Mm-hmm. Thankfully.
Yeah, lovely morning with that.
So we stepped directly into Ratatouille.
Yes, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, I think is the full name.
Yeah. Surprisingly, a lot of French, but I suppose it's imported from France, and it is in the France pavilion, right?
Wait, like signage in French, you mean?
No, the actual language. A lot of the language in the ride is in French.
Yeah, it's imported from Drag Race. From
Drag Race France.
It was imported from Drag Race France. It was imported from Disneyland Paris.
La Grande Dame brought it herself.
Personally.
Yeah.
But it was imported from Disneyland Paris, is my understanding. And so, it's in the France Pavilion.
Yeah.
And it was, a dark ride in the vein of Rise of the Resistance. I think it's a bit older than Rise of the Resistance.
I mean, it feels more like the Mickey and Minnie Runaway.
Totally.
Train.
Yeah, which is all kind of that same trackless system.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what did you think?
I thought it was cute. It's a 3D ride as well. The theming is like in the queue, which I've gotten accustomed to it being
spoiled.
Incredible. Yeah. So yes, I've been a bit spoiled in that sense, and it was pretty average. Not
the worst. Like if you've seen like Disneyland, like old style switchbacks of just the chain or the whatever where it's all outside. The good thing about Disney World, very rarely, unless it's like really long wait, is the queue outside.
Yeah, in general the queues are pretty protected and long and inside.
Yes.
But this one was fairly disappointing in that sense until you get to the ride, in which it is quite nice looking. However, it is a 3D glasses ride, which I
never like it.
I don't like 3D glasses.
I put up with it, but I don't love it. It gets in the way, and I have two glasses already, and so putting 2 on is annoying.
And I think that for some reason the motion added, like the 3D glasses and the motion on the ride, it actually is the thing that is making me consistently feel a little bit just motion sick. No, it's never too bad, but I always feel it. It's uncomfortable, and this ride has that.
Yes.
However, that said, the ride is cute. The ride worked well.
Yeah.
It has a few fun bits.
Yes.
But it's not super memorable. I thought it was fine.
I agree. It's there's not a whole lot of rides at Epcot, is what I've learned.
Yeah.
It is about the culture, like exchange and experiencing, like the architecture, like the fake, the artificial architecture.
It's all about the cultural appropriation.
Indeed, but like in a cute way. Yes.
No, it's great. I think that it's fine.
Yeah, and I think and it's backed by those countries generally, is my understanding as well. So.
Yeah. No, it's certainly all of the people working there.
Yeah, I think they have like college sort of thing, exchanges programs to have people from those countries work at those stations. Yeah, and so it feels like obviously it's artificial, but it also feels like with love and authentic enough.
Yeah, I don't know how earnest it is, but it does seem like there's an attempt to appreciating cultures more than appropriating cultures.
Yeah. And so I thought all that stuff that we saw was really good, especially in the morning. We got a good sweep of the land before most of the stuff opened up.
Yeah.
And so that was probably a lot of my favorite stuff of Epcot in general. Ride-wise, it's kind of weak, that the World Showcase, but yeah, the food and the culture and like seeing all that stuff come alive was wonderful, especially at night. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, because now I had to give a score to the Ratatouille.
Yes. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'll give it a 7. So what did you think before you get sidetracked again?
I apologize. This is what I do. I was just excited to talk about Epcot. I also thought it was like I think I liked it a little bit more than you did. But it's not like fantastic. I think it's like a fairly smart way to start your day, though, if you are coming in from the Skyliner. It's really right there.
It is right there.
And so, like, and the line usually gets long, so go on that first if you can.
Yeah.
I think it's worth using up your early slot for that just to get out of the way, and it's a good enough one for that. I also give it a 7.
Okay. Yeah.
And I thought that, like, yes, I remember thinking the vehicles being like a rat was kind of dumb, but then I realized that, like, the conceit of the ride is you are a rat running away from all the other chefs that are trying to shoo you away. I was like, okay, that's kind of cute.
I think that it's a cute conceit, but I also think that those vehicles look like some budget-ass funfair rats. They don't look like
They
anything.
look like bumper cars.
Yeah, they don't seem like anything designed by Pixar, or like they're not very charming. But anyway, it's fine. That's you're barely seeing them. Anyway.
From there, no?
Yeah, I don't know. What did we do after?
We walked through the World Showcase when there was not really anybody around.
It was closed mostly.
Yeah, and just like a few like breakfast places were open, but we stopped at Caramel Couche.
Yeah.
And got sugar for breakfast.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
You got like a caramel raised oatmeal cookie.
Yeah. It was nice. Yeah.
That was nice. I had a bite. I got the caramel butter bar, which was sinful. That was super good, but whoa, that was a lot of sugar to start the day.
Yes, and that one was like butter with sugar. Like just that was it.
Yeah. So that was
fine.
Yes, but like in the Germany Pavilion, Caramel Couche, I think was very nice, smelled very nice. Everything looked like it was wonderful, and we saw like a few bakeries throughout, and like in Norway, I think, and the stuff looked good, but it didn't like look or smell as good as the Caramel Couche treats.
For real, yeah. What's
Yeah, did that, had coffee, and then we stopped at Frozen ever after.
Yeah, I have terrible memory, so you have to run me through this.
So after that, we were looking for coffee to go over the caramel, and then you were like, "Oh, coffee," and I said, "No, come here, Frozen. It has a 5-minute wait."
Right, yes.
And so then we went to get on Frozen ever after.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
I thought it was very cool. It's a water ride.
Yeah, like a boat
I didn't
ride.
know anything. Yeah, a boat ride. Yes, technically. About it. It's a very mild, like, it's even less intense than like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Entirely, yeah. This is a children's ride.
It's a princess ride, as my sister called it. And it was cool. I didn't expect it to be so cool, honestly.
You don't like Frozen very much.
No, I don't really like Frozen. I don't enjoy that. I think that movie's terrible. But I cannot deny that there's a certain iconic quality to it, right?
Yeah. You like some of the music.
Yeah, some of them. And I think that, like, specifically the animatronics in this ride were very good.
Yeah.
It was something very natural by the way that they moved and everything. I mean, especially Olaf. The rest of the people were, like, fine.
Yeah. Fine, good, yeah.
The thing is that they cannot, like, there's a moment where Elsa does, like, let it go, for example, like, where in the animation, she's very, like, intense with her movements.
Yeah.
And in this one, it was very kind of like, I am, I don't know.
Robot, yeah.
A robot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go to the right.
Yeah.
And, but the ride itself is very cool. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, really great. Like, I'm a sucker for Disney dark rides.
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of top of the pack of a lot of them. Of like as your sister said, the princess rides. Like, it's not like a lot of them are really short. They're over like instantly. They're over in like 45 seconds.
For sure.
This one felt like an event of sorts. And it has like a little bit of a thrill as like the boat like turns and goes backwards, but it's not a steep incline or anything, and it's not super fast, but it feels like powerful and it feels like fun and fresh and the lights are happening.
Then it has a bit of a drop, but it's a very minor drop.
Your little girls will probably be so enamored by the frozenness of it all, and it's probably like a good introduction to like a little bit of thrill for little kids, I think.
Yeah, it was cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good. Very surprised by it. Mm-hmm. I think 8.
8?
Sure.
Yeah. Also an 8.
8. Yeah.
We're probably going to agree a lot, I think, today.
Yeah, probably.
After that, we
had some coffee.
Yeah, we did have our coffee and stuff.
with the handsome Norse
very handsome boy, yeah.
Yeah.
And like charming and like a little, almost like not really flirty, but kind of flirty.
He was
looking out for you, kind of.
Yeah.
And after that, I kind of have a little bit of a blur, but I think we went over to Future World.
I believe so.
And we tried checking for Space 220.
Right. Yes, that was the first thing that we did.
Mm-hmm. And so we had like a weird situation with our. I had gotten one in Frozen, finally, like a reservation at 11:35 a.m., which was too early for us, but I took it just in case.
You got a reservation for the lounge in the Space 220.
The lounge, that's important, yes, for the story.
Explain the thing.
So to go to Space 220, which is one of the newest restaurants at Disney World.
And the fanciest one.
The one where, so you get into like an elevator and it takes you like into simulated space station thing. Mm-hmm. And you have dinner out in space, and it's very nice. It's supposed
high demand.
It's famously hard to get into. I guess we learn not too hard today because there's nobody here.
It doesn't even seem like it's that hard to me because
I think you have to make it a priority is to get in.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be there and you have to make sure that you have some time if you want to actually dine.
Yeah, like if it's very busy, it might be like just like forget it.
Or something.
But but today was so light that I think anybody who wanted to go to Space 220 could.
Anyway, we
didn't know that though. But.
We managed to get there, and instead of getting that time slot, we managed to swap it for dinner, which is what we wanted.
Yeah, we wanted for 5:30, but we just asked to switch our time, and they said okay. So we said great, we'll leave that at that. Yeah. We headed out, and all of a sudden the Cosmic Rewind. I forgot to say that early in the morning. I got Cosmic Rewind virtual queue.
Yeah.
For 12, but it was ready at like 10:30 or something.
Yeah.
So we went straight for that.
And we did the Cosmic Rewind.
Yeah, so explain Cosmic Rewind.
I mean, I don't know. It's a Guardians of the Galaxy thing. You go in and they're quipping and they're like, "Are you the leader?" "No, the raccoon is the leader." "No, whatever. I don't know. I am Groot." Mm-hmm. And then they explain to you that they're gonna fly you to some space station to test some beryllium sphere or some whatever.
Right, but what is it?
It's a roller coaster.
Okay.
It's a roller coaster where there's some world-ending anomaly thing that wants to take the planet back to the origin because humans were in error. There's a bit of a story, which is cool. Mm-hmm. And so you're supposed to be visiting the space station at that time. So they try to evacuate you, but things go wrong and you get pushed into this ride, and the ride goes backwards. Starts and goes backwards.
Yeah, I'm scared of that. Again, I'm scared.
We were actually
nervous.
He was trying to like get me nervous, honestly.
No, it wasn't. I didn't know, but like
it launches backwards. He was like, okay, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that scared you.
The thing that I did not like in Expedition Everest was the backwards like drop.
Yeah.
It really kind of messed with my neck mostly. And so this one I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. But we got in there, and honestly, it's wow. Like, well done. It's a very impressive ride. Like everything from the theming at the start to just the way that it sets up the situation and the ride itself. It's so smooth. And the carts, like the cool thing is that it's a train, but the carts can rotate. Like I think it seems like at least 180 degrees, maybe 360. but so it starts going backwards, but it rotates you while it's going backwards into moving forwards. So, and it kind of like banks with the banks, if it makes sense. Like your train's kind of like
going with like
yeah.
What's the word?
I don't know, with the inclination, with the I don't know. It's
like I guess as you like have like momentum, I guess like it kind of like turns you to kind of like go into the like the force.
It's almost as if you were drifting in a car.
Yeah.
And it just, and I think that also makes the ride maybe less intense. It makes it feel smoother.
Yeah, I think if you're maybe afraid of letting go, that might like throw you though.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
But like I think if you like can like let all that go and relax and like let the ride happen, I think as you said before with like
with
Rock and Roller Coaster. It does make for a very smooth experience.
And yeah, I mean, I personally did not think this was a very intense coaster. I thought it was very comfortable and like very exciting. But overall, like it doesn't have that like strong feeling of like dropping and like stomach up your neck. So it's just like. Yeah,
I was screaming a little bit, but like for fun and like in like a way that, like again, I'm scared of roller coasters often.
Yeah,
this was great,
and yeah, it has some great like actual effects through the ride. There's some like at some points it like opens portals around the track, like these hexagons that kind of like, and it's really cool how they do it. I don't quite know. I was just because I'm a nerd. I was just trying to understand if they did it with like projections or like LED screens that are like, I don't know. It's cool. It's cool.
He's got to imagine your brain.
Yeah.
And not imagine your budget. But anyway, score?
Yeah. I mean, I think that like this is the best I've seen in terms of rides in many ways. I think that it was amazing. So yes, 10. Yes, let's go with 10. Whatever. Trends across the board. As much as I don't really care for the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, but you don't like hate them though.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. My favorite ride is Space Mountain. This is very reminiscent of Space Mountain, but with more thrills than Space Mountain, I would still say.
Yeah.
A lot more like, inventiveness with the actual like coaster design. And yeah, maybe up-to-date technology and stuff. And so it's hard to say if this was like my new favorite roller coaster, or even my new favorite ride since Space Mountain is my absolute favorite. It could be. I have to try it again, but it has that potential. I absolutely loved it. I was floored by it. It was the thing I was most excited to ride for this trip, and it still exceeded my expectations a fair bit. So yeah, naturally 10. Want to go on again. I considered buying the individual lightning lane while you were not looking, but then I said no. You will smack me if I do.
Dum.
I think from there we took a bit of like a foot break because I had wrong shoes on. Again, I borrowed his shoes, but then it was like, oh no, my toes are too wide, and now my toes hurt because they're squeezed. And so we went to the land building. Oh no, we went first to Journey into Imagination.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we need to like
get through this quick
because we're gonna never.
No, I know. We don't. I mean, Journey into Imagination. It's old school. It's old school thing. It's cute. It's fun.
Yeah. My mother used to love it, so I was like, yeah, let's do it. Figment.
Yeah.
Is beloved, so we did.
Yes.
It's cute. Yeah.
It's so cute.
It feels very outdated now.
Yeah, there's nobody there. I don't know how it normally is, but there was no way really like actually walk on.
Yes, please. Yeah.
And so that was quick. I loved it. I love that it's still there. It feels like a blast from my past. It feels like I don't have nostalgia for it, but it feels like I should.
Yeah.
And so yeah, cute. For me, like 7.
Sure, 7. Yeah, again, a classic.
Yeah, and I don't think 7 is bad. I think that 7 is like a good baseline for a ride. Like.
Yeah, I have a hard time kind of like qualifying these. I think it's good, but of course it's difficult to compare to something newer. It's cute. Yeah. There are moments that are very inventive as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From there, we went to the land building, a weird mall looking.
Oh right, the land of the land. Yes.
Went on Soarin' around the world. I've already been on it in California. It's old school for me.
Yeah, right.
So you tell me what you thought.
Grand Soarin'.
Yeah.
It's fine. It reminded me of Avatar. It has a thing that I feel like, I know it's a stupid thing and maybe it's me being finicky, but I feel like these screen-based rides should make sure that the screens are bright enough. Because a lot of the time when you're watching these big, spectacular like sunsets and stuff, and they look a little bit dull, it's just kind of underwhelming. I think that they should make sure that sunlight feels a bit like sunlight, you know? So it was slightly disappointing. I thought I was gonna kind of get more out of that. It felt a bit artificial as well. Like a lot of like CG settings and yeah, I don't know. It's fine, but yeah, I didn't get much out of it. So I guess something like a 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a great place to like rest your feet. It's relaxing. It's like a old faithful for, you know what, Dad wants to get on a ride, but he doesn't do anything. So give him something that he makes him feel like he was adventurous. It's great for that.
Right.
And like you won't like hate it. I think it's hard to hate it.
No, yeah.
It doesn't feel like a waste of your time, but it doesn't feel like a great use of your time.
Yeah.
If you're like trying to hit all the rides and stuff. But 6.
6. Okay.
From there, yeah, we went to the
Living with the Land. That's an old one again.
Yeah, old.
It's more, and it also feels more of an educational one, which is interesting, honestly.
Yeah.
I find it difficult to like compare these to to something like a thrill ride. It's instructive.
Yeah.
It seems like it's been updated as well.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
It's just sort of like Epcot's trying to walk the walk with being careful about how food is farmed and raised.
Yeah.
And that how humans should make that a priority in general, which I think is true. It may be a little bit preachy, but like again, the other place to rest your feet. But it's
I didn't think it was preachy. I thought it was pretty good. Like, I mean, I guess they're trying to show off what they do.
I just mean, yes, of course. I just mean that it still feels funny to get onto a ride that is about like, here's how we can better ourselves.
Yeah, for sure.
And then like here at Epcot, we've already established doing that. So it feels a little bit weird in that sense, but it's also like its heart is in the right place, and it seems like they are doing it, so it's kind of hard to fully knock it.
Yeah.
You see it once, and I think you're fine.
Yeah. No, yeah, I had seen it before, and I remembered it being like boring. This time, I guess I'm older.
Yeah.
So I have some more appreciation for it.
Yeah.
Some of it felt like creative and fun, like to understand these processes, but of course it's nothing. It's 5.
It's not. Yeah. It's not very repeatable. But again, if Grandma is like, take Grandma to Garden Grill upstairs and be like, oh, the restaurant spins. Look how fun this restaurant is. Which I heard the food is good. I've never been, but still, like it's like Grandma's like, hey, Grandma, rest here, and then go Living with the Land, and she'd be like, oh, how interesting. If it was like that.
Go for a few spins.
Yeah.
Living with the Land.
Yeah, well, yes, Grandma, enjoy your cabbage. We'll be right back. We're gonna go on a Cosmic Rewind real quick. If you're bored, come on down to Living with the Land. It's that. Yeah. 6 again.
Right.
Like not very, like I said, not very repeatable though.
Sure.
But I appreciate that it's there.
Yeah.
After that, we went on Mission Space.
No, we didn't go to Mission Space.
No, I keep forgetting the name. Spaceship Earth.
Spaceship Earth.
Yeah.
We didn't do Mission Space because I don't want to be spun around to experience G-forces. Honestly, it's fine. I'm sure it's very spatial. I don't know. But yeah, we went to a Starship Earth. And I also remember that ride from a long time ago. I think I've been there twice. And I remembered it very different. I don't know when it was updated, but this felt very updated. At least the animatronics and stuff. Sure. I have a very vivid memory of like a living room where one of the kids was like playing with VR. I was like sold as like the future.
Really?
And the kid was like, "Oh, no, Mom, let me finish this level," or something stupid like that. It was very funny.
And your mother was like, "Oh, it's you. That's you." Right there.
A little bit like that. But I mean, it was kind of surprising to see that it wasn't that anymore. I mean, I think that's the same ride.
I don't know.
I remember it being very old school, and so this felt not like current, but the technology felt solid. Like some of the setup and the scenery kind of were pretty impressive, I thought. Well made. So yeah, again, a nice one. It's not, again, nothing life-changing, but pretty nice. It tried to scan my face and it made me a
monster.
Degenerate monster. Like it had holes everywhere.
Okay.
It was more holes than face. Anyway. 7.
Okay. For me, 9.
Really?
I loved it. I thought like it's one of the ones that it seems very old school that I really appreciated. The feeling that like Epcot was supposed to be about like the prototypical future of tomorrow thing.
The future of tomorrow?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
It felt like it was kind of what Epcot was supposed to be about in a way that didn't feel quite so about itself. It's about quite so self-referential. It was about like human communication and its progression throughout time, and like how that helped us advance as a society or as like a race, as a world.
Yeah.
And what things may come in the future. And so it's
Got nippy.
Yeah, and so like I think it's important that it's still there to have that thing while we kind of are still going more and more towards IP, which is fun, but it gets a little tiresome, and I feel like it's a little bit cheap. But so I love that stuff is here, and I didn't know how this worked, that it's all about going up inside the ball.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of constantly winding and going up, and it kind of felt like this feeling of optimism as like humans progress, they keep going up and up and up. And so I really love that idea.
It's actually true.
As you get up to the top, and then so like once you get to the top, it's like modern day, and then it's reaching the internet and stuff. And then you reverse backwards very slowly, which is like I was like, how are we gonna get back down? Because this is done, it's done. And then they just slowly reverse you downwards, and they give you a little screen thing to invent your future of sorts. And like, what do you prefer, play or work?
I thought of that as well, because they reverse you downwards, but they make you look at the stars, which is a very hopeful thing.
Yeah. So I thought this was a super optimistic thing, and I thought I loved that. I love that that's there. So I really love this ride.
I love that for you.
I'm gagging for you. No, I'm gonna finish that.
Don't.
But yes, 9. Loved it.
But yeah, I mean it is. It's very nice. I feel maybe because of the past and I had memories of it. Yes. Anyway, it's a good one. It's a nice ride. Maybe I go up to an 8.
Sure.
Your defense has changed my.
Ooh, that never happens. Honestly, that never happens. Cute. So from there, we went back to World Showcase and like snacked on a bunch of stuff.
Oh yes, we ate it.
I ate a lot of stuff. Nothing that was, I think, that much worth mentioning.
I had the idea of maybe going through the, what's it called?
Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah, Food and Wine Festival, but it's true that it felt not scammy, because most of the things were cheap. But also, most of the things were like, very elaborate preparation description of the ingredients and stuff, and they'd give it to you.
Pop out of things,
Yeah, they'd give it to you, and it felt like cafeteria food, kind of, most of it.
Like, none of it was like bad. It was like tasty, but it didn't feel like special. And so it felt like even with the low price, it was still a small amount of food, where you could pay like a higher price and still kind of get more value out of it at a normal like kiosk.
Yeah, and I feel also, because of the way that it was structured, we had a pamphlet for the festival, and there were a few things that I was interested in trying, but we had no idea where they were, and there was no real good way to know where they would appear in the map. And so yeah, it was difficult because I had my eye on one, but we ended up finding it by like mistake way later after we had already eaten a bunch of stuff.
Here's a win for California Adventure, who also does the Food and Wine Festival. My understanding is you can also use the pamphlet, buy all of the things you wanted to order, and they bring it to you.
Oh, that's much smarter, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess because it's small,
I guess.
But yeah, I mean, well, that was not great.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, we did Space 220, I think, right? Or was it? Did we do something else?
Yeah, we did Space 220.
We went for the dinner, and they did. We had a bit of a situation with Space 220.
You explain that.
They changed us from the lounge, which gives you access to whatever you want to eat, to the ordered dinner plan thing with established menu.
Yeah.
Which has a much higher price.
Prefix is what they call it.
Yeah. And so we were fine, thinking like, okay, fine, we will. It's my birthday. Yay!
It's his birthday.
Yeah, that's true. It is my birthday. Mm-hmm. So we are going to splurge a bit, and at least it's covered by the Disney meal plan.
The annual pass.
Annual pass.
Discount, yeah.
Yes, I cannot learn that name. I say it wrong every time.
AP. You can just say AP if you want.
Okay, anal pass.
People call it the AP though.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, the Disney AP. Okay. But after the dinner was done, no, we ended up learning that only lunchtime and only the what's it called, the lounge, is covered by the AP. And so we were stuck with a huge bill for a thing that we hadn't intentionally requested, that they had swapped us into.
Yeah, and it technically says so, like on like a certain page, if you click and scroll down onto like the specific page, not all the pages, it just says it's available for annual pass discount. But if you click to our specific page and scroll down, it'll tell you that it's only at lunch and only under these specifications, and not on holidays. And I was like,
and I mean, I understand it's a third-party thing, and honestly, I don't want to rag too much about it because we spoke to the manager there, and he was very nice, and he gave us a bit of a discount.
Honestly, he gave us more of a discount than we would have gotten, so I did appreciate that.
Yeah. So I don't. Yeah, it was maybe if we had spoken about it before, we would have gotten what we wanted.
Yeah,
right?
And honestly, I just want them to communicate all that stuff better.
That is true. It's a bit frustrating that you don't really know what you're gonna have to do when you say, "Hey, I would like to eat here." Mm-hmm. You know, nobody tells you. Like at the moment that you're going in, it's like, "Hey, by the way, you're gonna have to spend $200 here." And it's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, like look how fun this is. Here's your ticket. By the way, it's more expensive today. You understand that, right? So go ahead. And it's like, okay.
It's like you were waiting for this for 2 hours, so just have fun.
Really rude. And so, like, as much as I've been enjoying this Disney World trip, this started leaving a sour taste in my mouth. And yes, I think Josh. Shout out to Josh, the guy who helped us out. I think he helped me out a little bit, but that needs some work. In general, just how AP discounts work and where.
They should just make sure that they do. Disney, make sure that like AP works everywhere.
Yeah.
Like it just
there's not that many, is my understanding, at Disney World. So I
don't know. It just makes sense to me. I feel like it should be as a nod to your faithful perverts.
Yeah, maybe this can be its own little breakout thing anyway, because will get a little long. But like, it's even got even more confusing to me in my brain because I just end up asking all the time now. Because yesterday we were trying it at quick service, and the lady told us no, that's only at sit-down restaurants.
Yeah, and dinner.
Like with a waiter and everything. And so we said, stupid, but fine, okay. And then today at breakfast, when I ordered just like a little kiosk of the caramel bars and stuff, she's like, "Do you have anything with a discount?" And I was like, "I have an annual pass," and then she applied it, and I was like, "Okay."
That's a racist accent. Anyway, go ahead.
What, did I?
Do you have anything for the discount?
She was like German, right?
Yes, she was.
Fine. But I guess I was confused if I should do it or not. Anyway, the lady was like, "Do you have anything with a discount?" And I said, "Yes, I have an annual pass." And so she took it. She had an accent. She sure did. She was sweet. But she gave me 20% off, and I was like, okay, great. I guess sometimes it does work. So I started asking everywhere now, and every time they were always like,
no, there seems to be no consistency to how it works.
Yeah, so it's like, ooh, so sorry. No, we don't do that here. And every single time I get they want to be nice and stuff, but every time they're always like, ooh, we don't do that here. No, it makes me a little bit more.
And I find it particularly bad when I find it particularly bad considering that it was one of the selling points that the lady gave us when we bought the annual pass. Because it was like, and you get 10% off of fine dining in Disney parks or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, great. Like, it'll pay for itself in a bit then.
Yes. So it's just like a thing of like quick service. Like, no. That only is at sit-down restaurants. We go to a kiosk. Oh yeah, we'll take it here though, by the way. Okay, great. We go to a sit-down restaurant. No, only for lunch. What?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it shouldn't be this frustrating to use your perks.
Honey, you said it twice. It seems like you're upset.
It is. That's why I said maybe this will be its own little thing. Like, fix this Disney.
Yeah.
But anyway.
We did test track.
We did test track. It's cars at Disneyland, but not as cool.
It's fun. It has.
Yeah, it's good.
I had done it before, and it also got updated, I think, with the sponsorship of Chevrolet, it seems. And then there's a cool conceit that you can design your own car, and there's like a whole aspect of like ownership of the car that you're driving. We happened to get stranded with a screen that didn't work when we were designing our car, so great.
Yeah, like, you just be like, oh, I touched the thing to change color. Great, you're done.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna stretch. Yo, you're done.
It kept on like progressing to the next menu without us wanting to.
Yeah.
And it was busted. It was a pretty annoying experience considering that that's part of it. In the end, it doesn't matter at all.
No.
It's just the driving the thing.
But it seems like interactivity with your car thing is a part of the experience of testing.
Yeah, they even give you kind of like some ratings in the end, like compared to other players. And you can even drive your car in a little mini game. They were fun components to this ride that I don't think were there when I did it back in the day. And so it's almost there. I feel like it was lacking in personality, and it was just annoying that we didn't get the best experience. So 6.
Okay. For me, it's an 8.
Really?
I think it's a really fun ride on its own. I think the knowledge of cars, like the other version of this, makes it seem worse because that ride is absolutely fantastic. It's the best ride at California Adventure. But this feels much weaker by comparison, but it's also a little bit more thrilling, and I appreciate that it's its own, not based on an IP thing. They kind of had a thing. It's not all the way there. Like you said, the whole design your own car and like wireframe, like, ooh, old school video game thing. Yeah. And so I think that all works well enough, and it's a really fun ride. I enjoyed it quite a bit. So yeah, 8. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, it's fine.
And then we went to like the Donald Mexico one. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, right. Saludos Amigos?
I have no idea what it's called, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a boat ride in the Mexico Pavilion.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's strange.
It sucks.
It feels very weird because it feels like poorly placed budget. Because the scenery of the whole area and the ride itself, I thought that looked incredible. It was wonderful. I thought very pretty.
It's doing the Disneyland thing of Pirates of the Caribbean where you can you see people eating. You're like, oh, I want to be one of the people eating while people are going on the ride.
Yeah.
And then you get on the ride and you're like, never mind. It's like, this is
and then a great ride. Even the ride had like moments that were quite nice looking. But there's no structure to it. There's no storytelling. It's just like scenarios of things happening.
Screams.
And very loud and nothing. Like these characters just shouting. And also, I mean, not to be mean, but it was very like poorly run. Like the people running the thing were like talking to people that were riding the boats. And they were like as friends and kind of like putting each other in, and then like when the ride ended, we were kind of stuck in the car in the boat for like maybe another minute or 2 minutes, where the cars kept on piling up and like pouncing on our car. Yeah. It was like boom, boom, boom constantly. Yeah. It's just I don't know, very mismanaged.
Nobody's in line for a reason, I learned.
Yeah. Very mismanaged and very sad because I think that there's potential to do something really cool there, but no.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know what to give it. Like the minimum 0. Okay. Sorry.
As a Mexican, this was humiliating. But this was their Mexican pavilion ride. 1 because it gets 1 because yes, I could rest my feet. A boat ride's always like a nice place to just put your feet down. So it has that going for it, but it's a really bad ride.
Yeah. We watched Epcot Forever.
Yeah.
It was cute. It was nice. I remembered it very fondly. I think it's not as cool as I remembered it.
Yeah, it's no Fantasmic.
It was less like emotional than I recall.
But it's always nice to see fireworks to end your night at a Disney park. So.
And it also keeps in with the message of Epcot of like the world and working together for the future. So it's a cool idea. It's just I mean, I think it's a hard thing because it doesn't seem to have much of a theme throughout. Yeah. It's just like there's like little snippets of songs but no characters and no. So it's a little bit more. It feels a bit colder in a way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we're all pretty good. Yeah. Although I will say, Epcot gave me the feeling that maybe it does need more still.
I think it does. Yeah.
It felt like there wasn't a ton to do other than just like buy shit.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's like stuff that's gone that's supposed to be there because there were quite a lot of walls still up. Yeah. So stuff was happening behind those walls, and I don't know what's coming. But it does need something.
We got stuck. No, we didn't get stuck, but we got stuck in the rain, and there was a back exit to one of the bathrooms.
Oh my god, that kind of scared me.
Yeah, and we could go out into this thing that had like white blankets all over like things. It would
like tarps.
Yeah, like tarps over objects, and we didn't know what it was.
Yeah, and I was like, we shouldn't be here. Yeah. We were locked in. It was a really long bathroom. I forget what pavilion it was behind, but we were locked in while it was raining, and we tried the other exit, and it just a huge quiet room, nobody around. No, we're saying no, like only cast members or anything either. No. And I was like, where are we? And I'm getting a little bit of chills thinking about it now. It's weird. I don't think anything's spooky.
It was the back rooms. It was cool. Yeah. But we didn't. I didn't get any footage of it. Yeah, it sucked. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we were scared. We were like, we need to get out of here.
Yeah, a little bit. I noticed that there was a cast member kind of in the back, so I was like, okay, we shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
We just left, but that was cool. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Tomorrow, Magic Kingdom and the Halloween party.
Yeah. We will report. Perfect.